In case you missed it, I just added two very important things to the XRP record. Passwords and identities that are not controlled really work. What does this mean for RUB, XRP, and the market as a whole? We'll talk about all of that and more in this movie. We will also talk about permission dexes and permission domains, which are the next things that the XRP system needs to accept and add. This is Kenny ZLI, man. Let's go after him. Kenny, 200 people are now following us. Keys can now be used on the XRP system. Businesses and developers don't have to manually approve each account. Instead, they can do identity checks and meet compliance standards right on the chain. So they don't have to do it by hand. They can see who gets the money. This is why the backroom moves so slowly. There are people whose job it is to make sure that when you send money around the world, all the information gets sent properly. Who is getting the money? Is that okay? What is the account? That kind of thing. This lets this don't have to. Check things yourself. Let them do it for you. Take a look at how much time and work you save. This way we can pay faster and get the money where it needs to go. Kenny then says that in the past, as part of Know Your Customer, KYC rules, checking a user's credentials meant doing more than one check on different platforms. Also, since private information has to be shared over and over, this method costs time and lowers privacy. Okay? So that's your private data, right? It's possible that your location, SSN, and the amount of a lot of banks and places around the world need to see the money in your account. That makes me a little scared. On the XRP ledger, the credentials tool lets users build, save, and check credentials. This makes it possible for users to show a necessary condition to see if a person has the right credentials embedded in an object to enter. When institutions want to sell or lend money, they use permission dex and SAV in instances and permission domains. The W3C confirmed credential standard from the World Wide Web Consortium was used to make XRPPL credentials. The XRP ledger now uses these keys. It is tied to a ledger account and signed by the person who made it. This makes it portable, able to be checked, and in line with norms around the world. What a great article Kenny wrote. Thanks a lot, buddy. VAT also says that the XRP ledger has been updated with another compliance change. These are credentials for a decentralized identity, and we can now see the next permission cards and permission domains. I had to look into a few more things before I could give them to you. Decentralized identity, or DID, is something we've already talked about in other videos, but here it is again. DID lets users and institutions manage their own chain identities, without the need for a central authority. This allows for safe, private, self-sufficient accounts for everything from Web3 logins to payments. Know Your Customer, KYC, anti-money laundering, AML, corporate membership, and roles are some of the things that entities can show with credentials that can be checked and don't share private personal information. These credentials are what make on-chain compliance and trusted exchanges possible. Domains that can be used. Firms and banks can set up walled gardens inside these areas so they can legally trade, lend, and make payments on the XRP ledger. Custom access rules and compliance. Reasoning can be built into the walled gardens. It is then okay to do it. It's now possible for institutions to really control public blockchains, since buyers, or should I say trades within permission order books, have to have their IDs checked. In this way, DEX markets are a name for flows between institutions. DEX changes, stablecoin projects, and blockchain's money store. Another thing this does is open up markets that aren't controlled. It is now safe for banks to trade, lend, issue tokens, and settle payments on the XRP ledger because they know everyone will follow their rules. Enterprise onboarding, automated KYC, and AML processes make it easier for banks, fintechs, and businesses to sign up. This makes it faster for people to use apps that use XRP. To connect old systems and get these banks and other financial institutions on board, you'll need everything on this list. And if you buy a coin because you think it will go up in value, that will change how payments are made. If you don't have any of these, it's probably a sign that you're not on the right track, right? because without these things, businesses can't use your network. To make that happen, Ripple and the people who work on the XRP platform have been making changes to the ledger over the years. It's there, so we know consistency is important. In line with global decentralized identity, rules set by the W3C, XRP handles ledgers in a certain way. This could mean that its passwords can be used on more than one site. Blockchains, apps, and systems for businesses. That looks really good. Something new was also put to this page by Bank XRP. It's smart for Air China and WBIS International to work together. Soon, people who use Phoenix Miles will be able to pay with XRP, and 60 million more people will be able to join too. This will make things easier for users and make it possible for tokenized awards and instant transfers. I just need to know more about this situation. Phoenix Miles members of Air China will be able to pay for flights with XRP, Wars Global. Chauffeur and airport transfer services help you get rewards and pay your bills. Adding XRP is meant to lower transaction fees, speed up payments, and add tokenized rewards that are directly linked to members' profiles. All of these changes will improve the trip experience for all members. The article goes on to say that Weebus is trying to become a star in Ripple integrated travel ecosystems by expanding into duty-free shops, hotels, and other travel-related businesses. It does this by using Air China's large customer base to its advantage. Weebus wants to keep 300 million XRP in stock to make sure there is enough cash for cross-border transactions. Payments. In the same way that companies use Bitcoin, he also wants to use XRP's infrastructure to make corporate finance work better. A few other companies have also said they are going to do the same thing Weebus is doing. Trident Digital has said that they are going to make a plan for 500 million XRP. Of course, Wellgistics Health put $50 million into XRP so that it could pay its suppliers right away and speed up the process of getting medicines to patients. Vivo Power International bought 100 million XRP to bet on and make money back. In order to help companies save money, Nature's Wonders vertical farming technology will give up to $20 million in XRP. Other Asian financial services are saying that they will hold XRP in order to use quick and cheap cross-border transfers that are tied to the USD. It's clear that Ripple has an impact on many ecosystems, right? You go on trips, right? This skill can be used for more than just banking or just 6 Health. This is in the drug business. Hello, Vivo Power. Bill Morgan says that some of the things that driver services say are sort of funny. Weebus has made a deal with Air China, a group with 60 million users, to work together. Even though the company says it will accept XRP payments, it doesn't say that XRP will be used. It seems to me that XRP is being used. On top of that, CME has over $1 billion in open interest in XRP, making it the 3rd largest. CME keeps getting bigger. Brad Garlinghouse even tweeted about this. I will talk more about this relationship and the good things that CME can do because of it. Is going to see with the XRP system in my next video. This is, or with 36 billion XRP, a record amount, and open interest for crypto futures and